the questions you answered in our consultation regarding your nutrition, I picked out some key parts that I think would benefit your health if we changed them now instead of these factors affecting your health in the future. So from your questionnaire, you said that you only had one meal a day, which isn't great because this doesn't give you enough energy to last you throughout the day. So I would recommend we change that. And also your daily water intake is poor, and obviously water helps you concentrate, so if you don't have enough then you become dehydrated, so I would suggest we change that as well. Firstly though, before we start to change your diet, I would recommend for about 2 weeks making a food diary of what you specifically eat each day and what time you're eating, and also obviously keep track of your daily water intake, and then we will review this after the 2 weeks, and adapt your diet and how often you eat, because this will therefore give me an idea of what you eat, and then it will just help me adjust your diet so the food you eat can impact your sport performance, because you'll have more energy when doing physical activity. And also I would recommend with this, take a food questionnaire to see what foods you do and don't like, and then we can adapt your meals according to what you like, so it's not boring for you, and so that you like the food you're eating. Also, I feel that it's important that you make sure you consume the correct amount of calories per day for your age and height, and the current amount of exercise you do. So the calories that you need to consume a day is 2,416 to make sure that your weight stays the same. Because at the moment your BMI is perfect and it doesn't need to change. So you can track your calories by using an app called LifeSum, or other apps are available if you want. You said timings were an issue in the mornings, and you didn't have time to eat or even make breakfast. Therefore, I would suggest waking up 30 minutes earlier, so therefore you have enough time in the mornings to eat. Also, you said you didn't have enough time for lunch, so I would suggest probably making your lunch the night before, and then you'll have enough time to eat. Also, instead of bringing 1 water bottle to school, maybe bring 2, because like I said, then this will stop you becoming dehydrated and you'll be able to concentrate more. In connection to being more organised, I would also suggest planning your meals each week, and so separating breakfast, lunch, dinner, and eating roughly at the same time each day, because then you set aside time to eat. In regards to what your meals consist of, I would suggest having a large portion of carbohydrates in each meal, as well as fruits and veg and protein, and try and look at the Eat Well plate, because this will give you a basic idea of what the quantity of foods to eat. Also recommended by the NHS, you should have 5 a day, so that's fruit or veg, but at the moment, as you don't have any of your 5 a day, maybe at least have 2 of your 5 a day to begin with and build this up over time. Also, when regarding snacks, try and cut down on sugar, because sugar just gives you a burst of energy, but then it doesn't sustain that energy for a long time, so it won't help you when you're trying to concentrate during physical activity, or whether you're trying to concentrate in class. By improving these aspects of your diet, it will help you in the future, because you're at less risk of getting high cholesterol and heart diseases caused by like fatty deposits in your arteries and stuff like that. So it will really help you in the future if you improve these aspects. Secondly, the second recommendations and strategies I suggest for improvement are to do with your blood pressure. Your blood pressure, out of all the other health tests, was the most cause for concern, because it was pre-hypertensive. Therefore, we need to decrease it. And I have some recommendations that should help decrease it before it gets to dangerous levels and could affect your health in a more serious matter. My first suggestion is doing aerobic exercise because it is a good way to decrease your heart rate because it allows you to become more fitter because your heart will pump more efficiently, so the pressure of blood flowing through your body slows down and doesn't put too much strain on your heart or blood vessels. So this aerobic exercise, I suggest maybe joining a five-a-side football team where you can do anaerobic work. The reason I suggest this is because it makes it more enjoyable, because in your consultation you said you liked football but also you liked doing social activities with your friends, and this way you can improve your health and fitness but also do it with other people. So if you do this, then hopefully this will decrease your blood pressure and stop further illnesses developing in the future. Another recommendation is maybe doing some yoga. I know in your consultation you said you didn't get stressed easily, so your blood pressure being slightly high is probably not related to that. But if you're in a state of complete relaxation for 20 minutes, like every other day, then this will help you decrease your blood pressure because you won't be thinking about anything else. So any tensions you have will probably be released. So your heart rate will lower and therefore your blood pressure should decrease. But in connection to being social, you can join a yoga class if you want, but also if you want to do it at home, you can by watching like videos on YouTube about different yoga techniques. Just going back to the aerobic work, I would suggest probably doing it 3 times a week and then increasing it over time as you become more fitter, and this should help decrease your blood pressure. Also, another area of your life I think you should improve is your physical activity per week. So it sort of links to your blood pressure but can be separate, because this time I suggest doing HIIT training, like 30 minutes a week. 30 minutes for 3 times a week, which will also increase your level of fitness. But I would suggest this because the guideline for the NHS suggests that adults should be doing 150 minutes of exercise per week, plus 2 days a week of like strengthening exercises. And secondly, your peak flow is not what it should be for your age and gender, which later in the future, if not controlled, could have consequences on your health. But like I said earlier, obviously your peak flow and blood pressure aren't dangerous levels, so I would not need to refer you to your GP for medical attention or advice. We just need to adjust it so it doesn't become a problem in the future. So HIIT training is really good because it's high intensity, and this should improve your peak flow because your lung capacity should increase, which results in your peak flow increasing because you're able to take more air in each time you breathe. Also, for your back pains, I would suggest doing core exercises because your lower back obviously is supposed to slightly curve forward, but if you have weak core muscles, then this position is impossible to achieve, which results in the pain you get in your back. So therefore, doing core exercises like the plank, or like standing on one leg and then lowering yourself, and a dead bug, but you can look up what these are online. So this will improve your core and then consequently ease the pain in your back. Also improving the flexibility in your lower back will also prevent pain because the back is less weak. So these stretches, so knee to chest stretches, lower back rotation stretches, and partial curls are good. So when doing these exercises, the pain will probably ease in your back, and therefore you'll be more comfortable when doing physical activities and after doing physical activities as well. So I would suggest doing these exercises about 3 times a week, and this should help. Thank you. I hope this is helpful.